first we're going to go into is NotebookLM, which is my personal favorite Google product that exists, period. I mean, I like it more than Gmail, and that's saying something. I've been a Gmail user since like month one. NotebookLM is a phenomenal way to group context of the things that you are working on. So you can create a new notebook inside of NotebookLM, and inside of that notebook, upload documents, upload website references, upload raw, unstructured data if you want, and then have conversations directly with that.
These laws are like the rule book for how everything in the universe moves and interacts.
Okay.
Oh, hey, I think our listeners got something to say.
Can you explain the 3 laws of motion with a basketball example?
Sure, I can do that. Let's use a basketball. Imagine you're dribbling. Newton's first law. That ball keeps moving until you stop.
You can upload hundreds of documents of images and have it process these things. I've used this for everything you can imagine, from keeping track of sales conversations or prospects in a sales process to analyzing whiteboard images that I took in a high reflection office environment with my phone and giving feedback loops, taking transcripts of multiple calls and trying to do sentiment analysis. But it's awesome because you can just do this in context. I use this in my personal life all the time. I have one about my son's hobbies. I have one about the greenhouse in my backyard and all the stuff that I'm growing inside of it. Like it's such a useful tool to group your knowledge into one location and then be able to access that in so many different ways. And it has a podcast feature that is one of the most cool. And I know, Rowan, that podcast feature is like your favorite, but you could take all those documents and then you could say, hey, give me a 30-minute podcast about all the stuff that I just uploaded, as if you are trying to educate me on my own stuff. Or, hey, I am really interested in growing, I don't know, like peppers in my greenhouse this year, but I don't know much about it. Take what I've already given you and give me a podcast about how I specifically, with all the information that I know, can grow that specific thing. And this expands out to everything. And you've used this a ton, right?
Well, exactly. I think of NotebookLM almost as like the Swiss Army knife of unlocking multiple different data sources. It really doesn't matter the content or even what type of format the source is in. As long as you have that to start with, NotebookLM is the ultimate solution for getting outputs and understanding that data. But yeah, the podcast feature is absolutely amazing. They've actually built it into Gemini natively itself now, and also coming to Google Docs, where you can summarize your full document or get a podcast going back and forth on it too, which is incredible. One of the updates from Next, actually. But yeah, that's amazing. And the last thing I'll say about that is there's a beta option where you can interact or join the podcast itself and speak with the host, which is insane. You can ask actual questions of the data, specifically areas that you want to know.